Guys, timwrite here. As you may already know, I've got the Rolex Explorer I. I gotta say, this is a very peculiar option. But before we go into review, I think I owe everybody explanation. Why didn't I get the two-tone? I told everybody I would get the two-tone. Well, what happened was, on the day of the release, I called my AD and I told them to put me on the waiting list for the steel version because I was so shocked by how amazing the steel was. Then, in the following weeks, I really came to appreciate and love the two-tone. However, it was always out of my price range. The temptation of being the first person with the new Explorer I, and actually the Explorer I that I originally fell in love with, not the one that I convinced myself that I like, was too tempting. I'm a human, guys. As you guys know, my whole point of getting the Explorer I was to make it a perfect hiking watch. And I really think that the money that would have been spent to upgrade the stainless steel version to a two-tone is better used for some actual hiking. But let's talk about what I think about the brand new Explorer I. Let me see, I took down some notes. Okay guys, let's take a look at this watch. So first of all, as you can see, it's not too small. My wrist is 6.5 inches, so it looks really good on a 6.5 inch wrist from far away and up close. As you can see, the proportions are really well made, and the fact that the dial is so big and bold, it makes the watch look really a lot bigger than it actually is. On the wrist, it just feels like you're not wearing anything. So I think a lot of people were surprised when Rolex went from the old reference that was 39 in size to this one, but it is what it is. So let's go through some specifications. So what we got here is 36 millimeter size in oyster steel. It's got the smooth bezel, as you can see. Look at that smooth bezel, with obviously twin lock crown, which you can see right there. It's waterproof as always to 100 meters. Now the sapphire sits a lot closer to the dial than on the older references. Also, the hands are very close to the dial. The whole thing is very compact, yet not too big. Now, we got here, obviously the movement has been upgraded. There is a little crown between Swiss made, indicating that this got the 3230 caliber with the parachrome hairspring, 70 hours of power reserve, superlative chronometer, as always. It's got the oyster steel bracelet with the flick lock, so you can easily secure your watch right there, which is really awesome. However, because the whole thing is much smaller than what you would find on the Submariner or even on GMT Master 2, it's a little bit more difficult to open it up because the swing of the clasp is much smaller. Okay, and obviously this got the Easy Link extension, 5 millimeter. Let me open this up. This is what has attracted me to the 36, as opposed to the older 36, which didn't have this function. Personally, I don't think I can live with the old watch, but to each is their own. Let me show you the Easy Link. Oh, it's actually extended? No, it's not extended. Here we go. Chick. There we go. That's the Easy Link right there. Let's see. Let me close it back down. that. There we go. Closed it. Um, let me show you guys like this. The dial. The old 39 millimeter Explorer One had the matte dial, whereas this one got slightly glossy dial. Not too glossy, but glossy still. It's got the very similar. I don't know. I haven't compared them, but it's got in a similar fashion the 369 with the chromalite. That's the latest Rolex iteration of the Super Luminova. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if there's anything that needs to be said about this watch. Um, yeah, it would have been nice to have it in two-tone, but listen, we can't have everything we want. Otherwise, what would be the point of living, right? Now, let's talk about how I feel about this watch. So, what do I think about it? I think it's probably one of the most perfect Rolex watches in the current sports range. Not only is it extremely wearable, I think sometimes we get carried away by trying to show off to other people, oh, what kind of watch we're wearing, right? This is a watch for the true enthusiasts, for people who have nothing to prove, who have nothing to say to other people with their watch choices. You know what I mean? I think if you go for something like this, you're buying it for yourself and not for other people to show. Really, this is a watch for yourself. I think there were times when big watches were popular because they were like a fashion statement. And I think that still continues today. That's why there's plenty of big watches. And I'm really glad that Rolex made this watch in its original size, because they're going against the market. Instead of making stuff that people want to wear to show other people what they're wearing, they went with something that's extremely practical, and I respect them for it. Wearing it to a 24-mile hike, I gotta tell you guys, I couldn't feel this thing on my wrist, yet I could still look down and tell the time, which was incredible. And I can't wait to scratch it up, beat it up, so that it looks real nice and vintagey, even though it's a modern Rolex. Yeah, would I go with the old 36 mil? Personally, as I previously mentioned, I do like the easy link. I do like my safety clasp. I don't think I can go back. Just personally, just for personal reasons, because I think those watches, they're very collectible at the moment, and I'm not really a collector of watches. I'm a wearer, and I'm wearer for purpose. So I think if you want something for yourself, this is a great little pickup that you can do. It's also really good price when compared to a two-tone or other watches in the range, and you get a lot for your money. Because let's be honest, I've been collecting and talking about watches for 5 years, and it's only now that I'm starting to realize and starting to appreciate the simplicity and the beauty of just time-only watches. And it's been a long journey, and I think at some point everybody arrives here. And hopefully I can encourage more people to arrive at this point earlier than later, because there's nothing like wearing a watch for a purpose of telling the time, yet having all that history and heritage that was involved in the making of this current iteration of the original Explorer I. So there's just something for you guys to chew on And please, if you like the video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, check out my membership program, and yeah, and send me questions. Check out my website, and let's go take a walk through some Soho. So funny. Soho is like the place where all the hipsters chill. So of course they'll advertise the tutors right there. Look at those massive billboards. Gotta love the tuna, the tuna. Oh, this is really cool. So from the corner of Broadway and Canal Street, you can see, when the trucks pass, you can see there is the Empire State Building. And if you turn the other way, it's Freedom Tower. Right there. Damn. This is a really fun city. Kind of take a walk through, explore, enjoy. Now guys, for those of you who are not aware what Soho is all about, it's basically famous for these cast iron buildings like this one behind you. It looked like it was recently renovated because it's brand spanking white. Yeah, so check it out. Oh, it's a little bit dusty, but still, it's like new. What is pretty awesome building. And obviously, you've got the tiles, whatever this thing's called. The tiles. Oh, almost got hit by a car. Okay. It's a pleasure to walk on this. Very nice. Oh, guys, actually, I found something. Let me show you what I mean by cast iron. So if we look closer here, see this? All of this is actually, the whole building is made out of iron. And it's painted over to look like marble. Incredible stuff. I don't know why they did it this way. Maybe steel was, steel. Maybe iron was so cheap at that time. But it's only in the Soho that we have so many of these buildings. There's like 500 of them. And it's actually, I think there's some government law that designed to preserve this area. And because nobody's going to be making buildings like this ever again. It's like one time in history and that's it. So, because it's just so cost ineffective. But yeah, this is just something interesting about Soho. Obviously, this is also the home to all of the like fine art galleries and your brands and stuff. But yeah, going through Soho, you can find a lot of cool shit like this Porsche. Wow. There's people coming in with some crazy, amazing stuff. Guys, if you're ever in New York City, you have to stop by Soho. Man, this is where New York breathes. I'm actually going to go and grab pizza and start heading home. So I got myself a slice of this jalapeno pizza and a classic margarita, and obviously a bottle of Coke. Probably shouldn't be drinking this stuff, but you know what? It's delicious. There we go. Oof, it's hot. Champion pizza, guys. Whew, incredible stuff. Really thin crust. I don't know how they do it, but probably one of the best slices you can get in the city. Really high quality stuff. And it's here in Soho. Also, I'm an idiot. I completely messed up my audio. I don't know if you can hear me better now, but I'm still learning how to use this camera, okay? I plugged my microphone that's over here on top of the camera into headphones port. So the audio was recorded from the microphones in the camera and not from a good microphone. But hopefully it will not make a huge difference. If it does, I'm psyched.